Greetings and welcome to my dear Gemini. This is Ron from Terror of the Twin Sun. Welcome to my channel. I shall be doing a reading for you, a 9-card spread with clarifiers that have to do with your situation. And the Great Mirror essentially will show you what is apparent. We'll go straight into it and take no more delay. Try to go as deep as possible. Yeah, I appreciate any feedback you give, like or dislike, to your advantage. Whatever you feel will resonate should be yours, and take it with you. Otherwise, thank you. There is a bridge here. It has to do with a long departure away from something, as well. The ability to transcend beyond anything that has hurt before, and to move beyond that. There is a master plan of someone on the external world that is trying to move towards you, and it's one of cooperation as well as an offer from someone who may have great love in mind, but be careful that they're not delusional with their offers. This could be a past person. This also could be a new person. Let's see. Yeah, it's someone who has already gone through a transformation, regardless if they're past or present. There's something about them that is compelled to put the past in the past and now move into some sort of elation when it comes to masterwork as well as the design of promises. They are trying to help you understand a deeper part of yourself that has to do with the processing of pain and the conversion of it into pleasure. I think you are bringing this person into being, and they will help you. They are a bit of a healer in this respect, with a lot of Scorpio affinities in them as well. The ability to understand the energy of Venus in Scorpio as well, the transformations that are required, and they will be making some sort of communication, or at least checking in on you to see how things are, especially because you've gone through at the end of a cycle and now are coming into a power of sorts. But I think your desire is more based on desire for happiness, as opposed to the energy of fusion with another. However, the mystery of the moon will be looked into more deeply, most definitely. I told you. Hmm. Yep. Interesting. Okay, so the moon is being clarified by the energy of judgment. About this judgment, there is, well, a number of different characters that have to do with the bringing back of promises, promises offered, and promises and sacrifices meant, as well as uh, that are meant to nurture in some sort of way, to transcend a type of fear. The fear involves, yeah, even more offers. When it comes to this judgment, it is layered with the energy of the moon, meaning that it is layered with the energy of anything that has to do with the fourth house, as well anything that has to do with the mysteries of conjunctions, or perhaps aspects, oppositions, or anything that has to do with the sun and the moon. And these aspects essentially bring in a sense of enlightenment. There is something about this that delves deeply from the 9 to the 2 to the 11. to the two. So to the two, there's always a coming back to this element of judgment, which is the ability to critically discern, according to the call of the higher powers that be, essentially what is willing to come back into this existence. What is worthy? What is worthy? The worth here is quite the crown when it comes to what you're trying to do or what you're trying to achieve, if you're trying at all. The funny thing is that I think with your card here, the Lovers, you have options when it comes to it. There are two pillars that represent your options. One is someone who is quite smitten with you, and is perhaps affected by the energy of Eros or the energy of Cupid. And with this, there is a sense that you are not very impressed with your option. This is someone from the near future, as well, someone that you may be dealing with now. However, you are not impressed as well. There's someone from the past that is equally somewhat interested in you, and they're trying to grab your attention, but you are giving them a bit of the cold shoulder. Fairly interesting. But this also indicates love of some sort. But I think you're playing more the Four of Cups energy when it comes to this connection, meaning that there's a detached quality to you that cannot really fully invest at the moment. At the same time, there's a playful energy about you that finds it all hilarious in a Saturnian way. So I think it's quite lovely. At the same time, the energy of Mercury is here, so there's something that you want to say, and perhaps we can have the cards reveal that. Okay, finally. I told you the Four of Cups is here as well. Three of Swords, protecting from heartbreak and protecting. Yeah, I think there's like a jaded aspect to your love life that has become a bit more cynical, and perhaps you no longer, especially when it comes to the external world, expect much in terms of a soul connection, at least at this point. However, you do feel one, and it's one with the past, the one that you're not sort of mm, resonating with or not really paying attention to. Someone is trying to grab your attention into the ether and trying to pull you back or hoover you back into their field. But as they do this, you have the Queen of Swords energy as well, the Four of Cups energy. There's something detached about you, or perhaps you're holding the memory as something that's lovely, but also you're holding your own logical approach, your own logical defense against any sort of heartbreak, and you have a bit of the Four of Swords energy as well, which is more, it's hidden, but it has to do with regeneration of some sort. So you've taken the stance of essentially being surrounded by love, but not actually feeling it. Or if you do, it's with someone else from the past, which I think this person is. Now, when it comes to this person, there's a Seven of rods, which is very challenging. The energy of Leo is here, as well as, yeah, it's definitely Leo. After the 6 comes the 7, and with the 7 there is great tribulation as well as obstacles that are placed by the Queen of Swords, as well as placed by the Three of Swords, the heartbreak that ensued between both of you. Now, there's a coldness to it. Consciously, what is happening is that feels like both of you are playing in the field of war, or at least are quite silent, but there's still a great deal of psychic activity. Be careful of this, because reason and logic are quite lovely, but they have nothing to do with love. So there's an aspect about this that is quite conditional when it comes to communications. They will be cold or perhaps non-existent, but truth will be paramount when it comes to this. So that is the block, because the Queen and the King are fighting, or at least they meet in some sort of way that is based on the king looking back and constantly sort of worrying, looking back and worry about the obstacles that have to that have to be, sort of scaled at some point. I think they know also that you are probably working with others in terms of your affections, right, where you place your attention. On the subconscious realm, there is the Queen of Swords, the Justice card here. And the Justice card usually indicates some sort of balance making through the other. The seventh house is the latter half of the zodiac from 7 through 12 is the external world or the other. Selflessness is here, but also the need to identify through external relationships and to balance those out in order to feel a sense of self-worth. Karma is here as well, the great scales, and trying to measure out in the material level how much energy has been transferred or equally shared between the two. I think justice is already looking into the future to create some sort of thing. So there's a duplicity on your end in terms of the Queen of Swords, which wants to protect from the past but move into the future, with the elevated Queen of Swords, the Justice card. The energy of Libra is here, and like I said, it's companionship, but it's based on the external world now into the future, which is a lovely thing. Meaning that if there's something in the past, there's already been a severance with it, and the severance has actually created quite a great deal of balance for you, and perhaps you want to find the fairness, the fair sort of objectively fair, or perhaps the objectively proper mode of action. Okay, on their end they have the Ten of Rods. They want the cycle to end, but there is a great burden on them because they feel the fire, they feel the desire for you, and in fact they try to find it in you through some sort of shadow work on the soul level, but it's very difficult for them to actually set down the actual 10, meaning that there is an end. And it's very difficult because it's proven with the energy of fire to be quite on the later stages of the lesser arcana, and that has been a challenge for them. Between you two, there's the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, that is the kicker, isn't it? Oh, what's the challenge to this, I wonder, because there has to be, considering... Oof. Okay, that wanted to show up, definitely. There is an escapist mentality about this person that that is driven by pain, and as they do this, they run away from pain, and they want to possess certain things, but then they reach the Ten of Rods. So the Ten of Rods, and the bear is possessive. There's an on their end, and that's the thing, because both of you want to co-create on this ace. It's very interesting. Okay, no more stagnation and new love. New love elsewhere. Okay, very interesting. So I think both of you, even if you're in silence, there's a need to begin a new cycle. This person wants to hold on to you in some sort of way. However, there's a need, when they do this, there's like a triggering, and you feel the fear that they will hold you back without finding new avenues of love, which is, a bit more healthy for you, and to follow your heart and to move into what you so require. Okay, fairly interesting. So that Ace of Pentacles is quite the zinger in this reading, and it represents a new beginning that you both are creating, but it seems to be in different conditions, in different external conditions. One is possessive, the other is more fleeting, and that's your end, the fleeting side. Theirs is the more possessive side. This person also has in this situation has been burned in a certain way. They feel like they've been the martyr, or someone who has been a heretic for their thoughts or the ideas that they have had. And not only that, the cycle has become a cycle of burn, and there's something about them that also hibernates and tries to escape certain conditions when it comes to coldness of emotions and whatnot. But they burn with desire to continue, and it's a sort of thing that will continue until old age. They will have this until old age. This little fire that they have for you, they will protect from the darkness, which is very terribly romantic, also spiritual. On your end, there is the Five of Swords in the upright. Some sort of severance. You have to make the cut out of these two lovers. You have to make the cut. As you do, there is a sense of the Three of Swords lingering here. And it's very difficult because you want to do the right thing. You want to stand by your truth, but it's difficult because you're trying to balance out certain pentacles or certain material aspects with the scales. And one of them has to do with this person also. It could be your own new start when it comes to love, but This cutting energy that you have felt instinctively since having your situation with this energy has been quite terrible, because this person also has a very detached mentality, and the fire that burns within them burns really brightly for a second, and then it just turns into a small flame, a small candle light that the hermit carries. So there is a mystery behind this whole connection. And here, okay, so it's the Ten of Cups in reverse. Challenge to this is the Nine of Cups. Okay, so yeah, um, to be single or to not be, to have the connection but then not being able to have the family, to have the expectations there but not being able to live up to them, trying to understand if you're healthier with them or without them. These are things that both of you are trying to weigh, because there are a lot of emotions on the soul level, and for the hermit to feel emotions is fairly ridiculous, if you ask me. The hermit is based on earth and fire, as opposed to most other things as well. The darkness that the hermit walks through. Also, there's a great deal of darkness with the Five of Swords as the shadowy characters that are cast out. It's as if there's a power play here. So it's really difficult to understand the complexity of the Ten of Cups as well as the Nine of Cups on the horizontal, because there's expectations here that cannot be lived up to, and therefore are difficult, because it's not healthy and it feels like it's a bit toxic, but it's very compelling. Hopefully this reading resonated with you. There is a possibility in the slight near future for some sort of judgment for you to make, and as you do this, there will be an sort of an approach of the Pentacles, and as this happens, promises will be made or broken, and there will be a sense that you will be able to offer wherever you so deem, especially when it comes to, ooh, yeah, I can't look too far into the future. Be careful of making cognizant offers when it comes to what you emotionally offer to others. Do not make any false promises, or these will create for others heartache, and you don't want that to happen. Be authentic to yourself. If you need to take the Four of Cups energy, take it, as well as the Four of Swords energy, take it. It's hidden here, the Queen and the Three of Swords. Take it to rejuvenate yourself and to find a sense of equanimity. Okay? I do appreciate you. Please take care now. And yeah, take care, my magician friend. Bye.